My name is John Francis, and I'm talking about the film The Red Shoes. Red is the color of pain, lust, blood, revolution. The film The Red Shoes was produced in England in 1948. The film is a masterpiece, and it's made by Pressburger and Powell, Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. And it's a film that is about the passion of art, the difficulties of making art, and the nature and value of art. And red plays a very important role, even a character within the film. And the film that's available now is largely due to the American director Martin Scorsese, who put a lot of money into restoring this wonderful Technicolor masterpiece. Made in 1948, and if you think about 1948, it was in the UK, it was the year of rationing. The UK was in a mess, people weren't eating very well, there's a huge sense of gloom. So perhaps we can imagine the impact of this wonderful fairy tale film had on audiences at that time. So Michael Powell, who's a British director, teamed up with Emmerich Pressburger, and they were a fantastic team. They were a sort of team of magicians. They did everything. They wrote, they produced, they directed, they did everything. Emmerich Pressburger was from Hungary and actually saw red every Saturday afternoon when he went to watch Arsenal. He was a lifelong supporter of that club. The film is based on a fairy tale by Hans Christian Andersen, and it has some autobiographical references to it. His father actually was a shoemaker. And the film is a fairy tale, and fairy tales are really important in our culture and many other cultures. They're important for children, they're cautionary signs, they often act as a moral guide. But they're also really important for adults, their sense of enchantment and a sense of the supernatural. So this film is a really beautiful film. It's a wonder to watch. And it's a film that centers on a dancer, a ballet dancer, who has red hair. And she's conflicted by love and sense of duty to create art. On one side, she falls in love with the composer of the ballet, The Red Shoes. She actually wants to marry him. And on the other side is her boss, the man who owns the company, and really thinks that the sacrifice you have to do to produce art means that you concentrate on it. So it's a film full of conflict. The set designs are really, really outstanding. They are by Heck Rothman, and he was a German-Austrian painter who came over to England and worked in Dartington in Devon before he started to work with Powell and Pressburger. These sets are quite remarkable. It's quite unusual to have a painter do all the set designs, and you can see these over 200 sketches in either the BFI in London or the Museum of Modern Art in America. So really, really imaginative designs and with a kind of a surrealist bent to them. The film before The Red Shoes is really important for Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. It was called Black Narcissus. And Black Narcissus was made in 1948. And as you can see from the poster, it is set, the poster is Italian, the film was a huge success across Europe, has this wonderfully exotic location set in the Himalayas, and this conflict between the nuns who are stationed there and the kind of repressive life that they lived in this outpost. One of the most moving scenes of this beautiful color masterpiece is when one of the nuns who's very repressed, she's fallen in love with one of the Englishmen that works in the monastery, and she sneaks in some red lipstick, and there's this wonderful close-up where she actually puts this lipstick very slowly on her lips and is completely transformed. It's a wonderful film, The Black Narcissus. The backer of that, the person who came up with the money for many of their films and also for the Red Shoes was J. Arthur Rank. And J. Arthur Rank got all his money from flour, Hovis, and he was a very wealthy man. He was a Sunday school teacher, and he didn't like a lot of the tone of American imported films, so wanted to change that. When he saw the screening in Soho of The Red Shoes, he didn't say anything. I think he was in shock. He apparently got up, didn't say anything, and walked out. And the day afterwards, he refused to give the film a premiere, which is very serious for a film. Luckily, a few weeks later, Michael Powell and Pressburger found a cinema in New York City, and they gave it a premiere. The film was released in America. The critics loved it, audiences loved it, and it was a huge success across Europe. And even in Japan, it was a very successful film. So finally, I'd like you to look at the trailer for The Red Shoes, and within that trailer, it gives you 3 big reasons for watching this magnificent cinematic gem.
Why do you want to dance?
Why do you want to live?
You shall dance. The world shall follow.